It's a great day in the district. And it is my absolute honor and pleasure to welcome each of you to the kickoff of our sixth RVA East End Music and Arts Festival. But I have to say that since 2016, due to your, and I want to say collectively, your unwavering care and commitment to our children throughout our district, we have raised almost $500,000. And I want to be clear that that kind of effort does not happen alone. That is we. When I say we, it is collectively. All of our partners, our faith leaders, our school, our health partner with Bon Secours, our mayor, the honorable school board representative, our superintendent, all of the businesses, all of the staff members who are here, Parks and Rec. It takes all of us. And one of the greatest partners, we started off with tucked back in that corner there, with the symphony and the new person here. It takes all of us working together. And because of that, we have been able to provide either purchase or repair musical instruments, all right? Dance studio at Armstrong High School, purchase new pianos. I had the privilege at Henry L. Marsh having one of our students perform there. Choral risers, concert attire, visual art supplies, kilns, etc. That's because we are committed to ensuring that all of our children in this district, and we're going to move throughout the city, have the opportunity to, this young man over here, who is, if you don't know, Saxmore Gates. We have many young people many more Saxmore Gates who are in our schools, and we want to make sure that they have the same opportunity, that they have access to musical instruments, art supplies, materials. And that by itself would be wonderful, but the impact in terms of academic performance, that kind of discipline that's needed, is the same thing for being successful musicians and artists and contributors. And so I promised to be brief. I did tell Pastor that, but I am just six years for our children. Everyone, all the elementary schools in our district, the high schools, the middle schools, and in addition, while Mosby, our kids, it's in the sixth, but they're our kids, and even stretching over to Overby Shepherd. And so our goal this year is $300,000, and I invite all of you to reach out to myself before we leave to help us reach that goal, because 100% of the funds after the expenses go to the schools for this express purpose. And so it is, again, my honor and pleasure to welcome each of you, and just my absolute pleasure now to, this gentleman needs no introduction, except that he has Baby Girl Sunday now. Our mayor, LeVar Stoney, who I have to say, unparalleled in his commitment to the education and well-being of our children in this city. Ensuring the commitment of significant dollars so that our kids could have access to quality, affordable, I think pretty affordable after school, but during the school as well, time. Programs, academic professionals working with certainly our superintendent and our school board representatives, really making sure that our kids who deserve the best, all of them, that we're moving in that direction. And so I want to thank you, Mayor Stoney, and welcome you to provide.
I've been spending a lot of time in the East End recently, and I've had the luxury of going before Cynthia Newbill. Today, I'm going after Dr. Newbill, and Dr. Newbill, you took all my remarks this afternoon, so it's not much more I can say. But it is a great day to be back in the East End, back in my home district, here in the 7th District, here up on Churchill. Dr. Newbill, I want to say thank you. Some of you all know this is the last time that I will come and be a part of this particular event to introduce the East End Music Festival for another year as your mayor. I will be at the event. It will be my last one as the mayor. But as a resident of the East End and resident of the city of Richmond, I will continually go. But Dr. Newbill, I want to thank you for your steadfastness over the course of these last 7.5 years. I've got an opportunity to serve with you. You are a champion, not just on the easy days, you're the champion on the hard days as well. And when you were serving the city council, serving the city, you witness and encounter a number of hard days, and you go to bat for our kids each and every day. She deserves our round of applause and our thank yous. I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize the greatest superintendent in the country. Jason Cameras is with us as well. Chris Froke, the greatest director of Parks and Recreation, is with us as well. Chris, thank you. And Cheryl Burke, Auntie, good to see you here as well. As always, Pastor as well, good to see you. I would be remiss if I did not take an opportunity to thank our partners for helping bring this vision to life. I want to thank the Richmond Symphony and also Bon Secours Health System as well for all your hard work. Folks, without these resources and the support, we would not be here today. That's just the bottom line. And I'm honored to be here with you today to acknowledge the return of this all too important celebration and to recognize the immense impact that it will have on our community, particularly right here in the East End. You know, it's been a long hiatus. The RVA East End Festival will return to Chimborazo Park for the 6th time on Saturday, September 21st, for the 6th time. And with it, it will bring a festival that will have music, vendors, families from all across the Commonwealth of Virginia will come here to soak up the prolific art scene we have here in Richmond and its East End. And since 2016, grassroots leaders in our community have organized the RVA East End Festival and raised over $458,000 to foster a place, a space for our kids to be artists. Amen. It's my belief that we should be in the business for allowing our kids, no matter their circumstances at home, to dream the biggest dreams. Because at the end of the day, we are in the opportunity business. We are in the hope business. We are in the dream business. And I want a kid who walks out, who lives in Churchill, who goes to Martin Luther King Middle, to say, you know what? I want to be John Baptiste. I want to be the next Bradford Marsalis. They can have those dreams if we give them those opportunities. And our job is to remove those barriers. And so normally a kid who's growing in a home where their family makes no more than $30,000 a year, you would never be able to access an instrument. But we're saying, you know what? We are going to come together as a collective, as a community, not only to celebrate the artists that we have here in the city, but to ensure that we create a long line of artists for years and generations to come. To me, that's what community is all about. Helping the least of these, ensuring that no matter the color of your skin or how much your money your family has, who you love, who you pray to, that you get every opportunity to excel within the 60 square miles in which we call the great city of Richmond. We have an opportunity once again this year with the East End RVA East End Music Festival, and you're going to see children and families alike come out here and celebrate not just our artists, but celebrate the future, because that's exactly what this is about. This is about the future. And I'm grateful for our partners, our friends, our stakeholders, our community for coming together for a great event one more time. Thank y'all so much. And it is my distinct honor to bring my auntie and a member of the Richmond City School Board and representative of this fine area of the city, my good friend, Cheryl Burke.
Wow. Is this not awesome or what? In Richmond Public Schools, our motto is lead with love, teach with love, and learn with love. This is an act of love. I know firsthand, having served as an administrator in this area, and giving the children an opportunity to have instruments through our partnerships such as this, that we were the only elementary school in the city of Richmond to have 2 tuba players. And when I shared with our parents and our constituency, you can go to college on a band scholarship, they didn't think I was telling the truth. They really questioned me. You mean, Mrs. Burke, it's not about basketball or football? Yes, it is, but it's also about the arts. Would you believe now in the city of Richmond and beyond, we have students that have benefited from this program that are music teachers, I can tell you the names if you want, but that's another time, who are conductors of symphonies, who have their own businesses, and our very own honorary chair, Saxmo Gates, a native of the East End, Fairfield Court area, who's now a tenured professor at Virginia State University. He tells a story about how his first experience in playing an instrument took place right here. So if we can do it for him, why can't we do that for thousands of others? Our goal this year is $300,000. That's not a lot. But just think all the opportunities our children have had, our students, to be in tuxedos, to be in long gowns. Their voices are already beautiful, but if you look good, you present differently. You feel good about yourself. You feel equal amongst the others that are around you that also present. So that's about teaching and leading and loving and learning, and that is what we do. I was just asked this question, how do you get along with the city council? You don't know? I'm gonna say it. One of the best city council members only ever, and I have to say about the predecessor as well, but we've been able to get so much done, Dr. Newbill, because I think she's related to Stephen Covey. She always says, we're gonna have a win-win. I'm like, huh? A what? We're gonna have a win-win. She's never once, no matter how fetched, because I'm a risk taker, the thought may be, she's always about a win-win situation. And that's how we've gotten to this point. Reverend Hexall, who was my friend, and now our relationship has gone beyond that. We're sisters. Amen. In terms of believing what our children deserved. Amen. And that is only the best and then some. See, we have all these standards, but where are the resources? Thanks to, I think, one of the best mayors ever. He's never turned us down. We really missed out on a couple of opportunities because of his vision here. Superintendent gets it, one of the best superintendents ever. Amen. That's one reason why I hang around, because he gets it. He sees it. He sees with our children. So just think, when you have the mayor, the city council, bonds, accords, partnerships, Richmond Symphony partnerships, we have no other choice but to soar. So I just embrace everyone to be there on September 21st. Is that right, Sarah? Right here at this park, and it's free. However, if you want to donate, please go to our website. But at the end of the day, please know our data already shows what partnerships such as this can do. In this area right here, one of the most challenged, our reading scores, literacy scores have just soared. I'm a proud resident of this district and love it to the moon and back. So just think when children have those resources, because Symphony, you know that, Richmond Symphony, when you have the arts to complement what's already, mic drop the mic. Okay, I'll sit down on that. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And at the end of the day, it's all about every child and then some. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is my pleasure now to introduce, I just have so many names in mind that would take all day to just announce them because I think he's one of the best superintendents ever. And I have a lot of friends that are superintendents, so I'll be real careful how I say this. However, at the end of the day, Jason Cameron gets it. He gets it for every child. East End, South Side, West Side, doesn't matter, North Side, doesn't matter, across the river, on the side of the street. He's not scared of it. He embraces it, and he's there 24/7. So please come up. The best superintendent ever, Jason Cameron.
Well, thank you, Madam Senator. This is our term of affection for the one and only Mrs. Cheryl Burke, who truly is a tireless advocate for the kids here in the 7th, but all across the city. I have never met a busier retired person in my life. So can we please give it up to Mrs. Burke? And so Reverend Hextall, thank you so much for your support and partnership. Truly, truly grateful. And of course, the one and only Dr. Newbill. You guys truly are two peas in a pod, making a lot of good trouble for the kids here in the East End. So give it up to Dr. Newbill. And then certainly to the mayor. You know, everybody runs for mayor saying they're going to be the education mayor. That doesn't always work out. But I can tell you from the very first day that I took this job, I have never, ever questioned that Mayor Stoney is in fact the education mayor. The investments that have been made in Richmond Public Schools and in our kids, both during the day and outside of the day, have been truly historic. And so on behalf of our 22,000 kids and their families and our staff, teacher pay up nearly 35% since. On behalf of all of them, I just want to say thank you, Mr. Mayor, and we hope that you continue to have opportunities to support RPS, whether here or at other levels. I just am so appreciative to everybody who has made this festival possible once again. As you have heard, the instruments, the art materials, the kilns that we are able to provide our students are absolutely life-changing for so many of our kids. You know, we are building a state-of-the-art arts high school, the Richmond High School for the Arts. It's on the south side, I'm sorry, but but it is designed to celebrate the extraordinary talents of our students. But the only way that they will be able to fully take advantage of this beautiful building and everything that will be in it is if we start when they are young children in elementary school, teaching them to play the saxophone and the violin and to dance and to sing and to do all the different things to express themselves and share their voices. Because I got to tell you something. If we just listen to our students, however they express their voices, there's nothing we can't do in the city of Richmond. And so this is a critical piece of that puzzle to help our students' voices rise and be heard, not just here in Richmond, but ultimately around the Commonwealth, around the country, and around the globe. And so, on behalf of RPS, all of our kids, our staff, our families, everyone, thank you, thank you, thank you. We are enormously grateful, and I cannot wait to dance with Mrs. Burke in front of the band, with everybody, come this fall. Thank you all very much. And now I'm calling up Dr. Newbill. All right, Dr. Newbill.
Just again, want to say thank you. We're fortunate in this community, in this city, with the leadership that you've heard from already. Our mayor, our school board representative, the best school board representative, and the best superintendent. And you're going to meet some of the others who are part of that equation that are partners. And so I am they said, don't go any further, just introduce the next set of speakers. And so it is my pleasure to introduce, and I'll just give their names. We have phenomenally talented young leaders in our community, and one of them, Ms. Shekinah Mitchell, Director of Community Health and Neighborhood Engagement with Bonds Chorus, will provide results. We have a new Director of Artistic Planning and Orchestra Operations with Richmond Symphony, who's been a partner and phenomenal partner with us from the inception of this, Mr. Matt Wilshire. And then we have extraordinary faith leaders in our community who are visionary, who care about our children and our community. And the last and closeout speaker will be one of those just phenomenal visionary faith leaders who, even before we began the RVA Eastern Musical Festival over by Chimborazo, they had little thing going on over there for the community. And so, little jazz festival. Well, it seeded, and I don't want to say, look, it seeded what we now celebrate as the RVA Eastern Music Festival. And I'm clear about that, stand on the shoulders of both you and Ms. Burke with that. So last but not least will be Reverend Marilyn Hextall, the chair of this year's music festival, and she will do some introductions as well. We have phenomenal leadership in terms of musician, bar none here, as well as, and I think we have our project managers probably someplace here too. So I'm going to leave that to her. So with that, again, thank you, everyone. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you in advance for any support to come forward towards our goal of $300,000. Feel free to call any of us. And thank you for your participation. Our kids are extraordinary and they deserve the best. And we intend to work towards that end. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Again, my name is Shekinah Mitchell, and I serve as the Director of Community Health, focused on neighborhood engagement for Bon Secours. But in addition to that, I am a proud RPS graduate. I live in the East End. I'm a former musician. I wanted to be Sheila E. back in the day. And I just am so proud and privileged to be able, in my professional role, to be able to support the schools and participate with this amazing event. At Bon Secours, our mission is really focused on improving the health of the community, and also doing that by focusing on the well-being, particularly of those who are most vulnerable. And while children can be our most vulnerable citizens often, that has no bearing on their talent. It has no bearing on their ability to also participate alongside us in contributing to the well-being of the community. Bon Secours has been a sponsor of this event. We are a proud sponsor of this for many years and are excited to continue in that support. But in addition to the financial support, I joined a list of colleagues who also volunteer their time, their talents, and their gifts as well. But we do that not only because it helps advance our mission and our vision within the organization, but we also do that, most importantly, because we believe in the young people of Richmond Public Schools. So again, I'm so proud to be able to serve in this role. We encourage and are excited about the other sponsors who are partnering with us as well. And as Dr. Newbill always says, this is a great day in the district, and we are excited about what this event means for our children. Thank you all.
Good afternoon. My name is Matt Wilshire, Director of Artistic Planning with the Richmond Symphony, and resident of this very district as well. So we're just thrilled to be a part of. We're just thrilled to be a part of this incredible festival that serves the east side of Richmond in a way that we are unable to right now. That doesn't mean we can't do that in the future alongside the East End Music Festival. This year, we're super excited to be able to have our Principal Brass Quintet and Principal Woodwind Quintet joining us at the East End Festival. The mission of the Richmond Symphony is to change lives through the power of music, and to have a partner like the East End Festival that allows us to enter places that we don't always get to go is incredibly welcoming to us. And I can assure you that this probably won't be the last time that the Richmond Symphony plays at Chimborazo Park in the next year. So we're really excited about this and look forward to all the collaborations in the future. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for the power of your presence. And you're simply here because you also embrace and love our children, understanding that what we do now is simply a foundation for their future. With that being said, in 2006, some people believe that the music festival in partnership with Chimborazo Elementary School to raise money for instruments for children who could not afford to buy them would be a big mess. But I told Principal Cheryl Burke, who is now the Honorable Cheryl Burke, 7th District School Board Representative. If God gave you that vision, then we will, as my grandmother used to say, ride the coattail of the Holy Spirit, which lives within all of us. In light of this, we and a few other extravagant risk takers raised $10,000 for instruments. And only a few believed that we could raise $26,000 for the CIS, or Communities in School, part-time position for Chimborazo Elementary School. And only a few extravagant risk takers believed that we could raise over $250,000 for Armstrong Priorities, Freshman Academy, and yes, Bon Secours was our primary financial donor. And yes, we thank you. But the other good news this afternoon is that our faith was ignited and we grew into extravagant risk takers through the power of God's grace, simply known as favor. And then in 2016, the 7th District Honorable Dr. Cynthia Newell invited David Fisk of the Richmond Symphony and Rebecca Christensen of Bon Schools and other East End leaders to talk about other possibilities for our students in the East End. And with such a track record of trust and boldness, how could we not embrace the possibilities of making sure that we leave a legacy of prioritizing education, including music and the other arts? Yes, this is our 6th RVA East End Festival, and we have raised about $458,000. That should cause some applause. And on Saturday, September the 21st, from 12 to 9 p.m. at our beloved Chimborazo Park, we will be another group of amazing risk takers. And we will be as those people who started this community explosion of gifted artists and student performance. Our performance invitation will be posted today on our East End Festival Facebook, webpage, and other social media platforms. And all are welcome. And now we will welcome my beloved, our beloved 2024 RVA East End Festival Performance Chair and Advisor, the Mr. James Saxmo Gates. And he is also one of our culminating headliners this year for our festival. Now, he will share his love for music and his love for our children. Let's give him a round of applause.